these starting pitchers have to get into minimum the 6th inning just to kind of give that bullpen a rest because the bullpen's been throwing so many innings. And we said yesterday that Jeffrey Rodriguez, who's a rookie, was going to have to get into the 6th inning and pitch fairly well. Now, he didn't get in the 6th inning. He finished 5, but he didn't pitch that great. And
he gave up 6 runs. He may not have gotten the 6th inning.
I mean, they had to stay with him. I mean, it was 6-0 after the 2nd inning, wasn't it? Or maybe so. I mean, they had to stay with him. They couldn't go to the bullpen in the 3rd inning, which in a big game they obviously would have. But they down, and they only had to use Grace Kelly and Miller for an inning each. But we did say that last night there was a lot of pressure on Rodriguez to go deep, and he didn't necessarily do that.
You did get home runs from Bryce Harper and Juan Soto. Soto's up to 9. Harper 22 home runs.
Adam Eaton had 3 hits.
But man, the starting pitching, I am starting to think that you need to make a move for that pitcher. And yesterday I saw the name Madison Bumgarner out there.
Mm-hmm.
I would be very intrigued by him because he's had great playoff success too.
Stud. I mean, he basically won the Giants the World Series a few years ago. Was against the Royals. But, I mean, the Giants are 3 games out. I mean, it's not like they're out of it. They're right in the mix. I don't know why the Giants would get rid of their best pitcher.
Right. Why would they deal their ace?
I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of financial reason because he gets paid a lot of money.
I think he's only making $12 million. I believe there's a club option next year. I could check that, but it just doesn't seem like a move that the Giants would make unless they think they're completely out of it, which they're not. I mean, the NL West is up for grabs right now between 3 or 4 teams.
Unless I hear that Scherzer's starting, doesn't matter who the opponent is. I just think it's going to be very shaky for the Nationals to win.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of sad.
Hellickson's taking them out today. Do you have any confidence in him?
But even at his
he's a tick above guys like Fetty and is it Rodriguez a pitch last night?
Yep.
He's a tick above them, but I mean, can you really trust him, especially coming off?
No, you can't.
The injury.
You can't really trust anybody other than Max, like JP said. Puts a lot of pressure on the lineup to score runs.
So I don't want to give away any big prospects. I think what the Nationals organization has always been really good at doing under Mike Rizzo is making moves and not necessarily giving up their top prospects. Now, it is interesting that Blake Trinan all of a sudden has become a stud in Oakland.
Right. Not as a starter.
No.
Yeah, as a closer.
Somebody tweeted us yesterday at Junks Radio several Trinan clips because I was unaware. And it was basically video of Trinan mowing people down. And then underneath it said the pitch and how fast he was throwing. It was like Trinan mows down this batter with 100-mile-an-hour fastball with 93-mile-an-hour slider. Mm-hmm. I mean, we always said he had incredible stuff. Yeah, he just couldn't figure it out.
He couldn't throw strikes last
until
year.
He moved to Oakland.
Yeah. Change of scenery. They need a change of change
so,
of pace.
I mean, you don't want to give up somebody that could potentially be an anchor for your team, whether it's a starting pitcher, an everyday starter down the road, because we know this team is going to look different next year.
But I mean, look,
I think there's very little chance Daniel Murphy's going to be part of the team next year.
Wouldn't you have to give up something big to get a guy like Madison Bumgarner?
You would think.
I don't think the Giants are just giving him away.
Hey, look, I'm with you that I found it surprising that his name was out there as a potential target for teams.
I think some teams just throw out their big names because they're hoping they're going to get a big package in return. Because if you're going to give away Madison Bumgarner, you got to get 3 or 4. You got to get like 2 already established players and maybe like a top prospect. I mean, I just can't imagine them giving him up for cheap.
But the reality,
Rizzo's not going to give anything valuable away.
Rizzo's in the business of winning trades. That's basically what he does and what he's done since he's been here.
But the reality is, with this Nationals team back at 500, and maybe they'll go on this streak before the All-Star break. That's kind of what we were wondering after that Thursday night comeback win. Is they're trotting out Tanner Roark every 5 days, who just can't get a win. He's got 3 on the year. He's got 11 losses. He's been terrible. They're trotting out Gio, who's had an abysmal last month or so.
He was better in his last start than the 2 previous, but yes.
But I'm putting the whole month together.
Yep.
They're trotting out Jeffrey Rodriguez, a starter who gave up 6 runs in the first 2 innings, and they had to keep him out there.
I mean,
but remember, they're getting Strassi back
after the All-Star break.
So I would assume he's pitching in that Brave. They play the Braves coming out.
The Braves here at Nats Park.
I would assume he's going to pitch that first game.
Like, you can't have any confidence in Hellickson tonight. His last outing, he went 4 innings, gave up 8 earned runs. I mean, that's a horrible outing.
It's almost standard for the non-max starters now.
Look, the starting rotation is poo.